All right, so for the first section, we have to classify if it's independent, dependent, or inconsistent. If it's independent, what do we know about the slope and the y-intercept? Different, different. Different slope, different y-intercept. What about dependent? Same, same. And what about inconsistent? Same slope, different y-intercept. So from the first section, we're going to do number 2 together. So for number 2, I want this to be in y equals mx plus b form, slope-intercept form. So what do I need to do? Subtract 2y on both sides. So negative 2y is equal to negative 10x minus 8. What should I do next? Divide everything by negative 2 because I want to get that y all by itself. So I have y is equal to, what's negative 10x divided by negative 2? 5x plus 4. Lucas, what's my slope? 5. And what's my y-intercept? 4. So let's do the same thing for the other one. All right, how do I get it into slope-intercept form? Subtract 4. So what's y equal to? Negative 3x minus 4. What's my slope?
Negative 3.
And what's my y-intercept?
Negative 4.
Are my slopes the same?
No.
So when you have different slopes, what is it? Independent. Anytime it's different slopes, it's automatically independent. All right, let's go to the second part. We're going to look at number 5. So for number 5, I'm going to graph one line at a time. What is my slope for the first line? Negative 3 over 4. What's my y-intercept? Bless you. Negative 2. So what should I put first on my graph? Negative 2. And how do I do the slope of negative 3 over 4? Down 3 to the right 4. So go down 3 to the right 4. Do I connect these dots with a solid line or dotted line? Solid. Well, solid. These are all solid because it's just equal to. I was thinking about the last section. All right, let's do the second line. What's my slope? 1/2. And what's my y-intercept? 3. So where should I put my point first? At 3. And then how do I do the slope of 1/2? Up 1, right 2. So from that 1 point that I have on my graph, I'm going to go up 1 to the right 2. You could also go, if you want more points, the opposite direction, so down 1 to the left 2. Where do these two lines intersect? Negative 4, comma 1. So that's our answer. Bless you. All right, so we're going to do number 12 together for the substitution part. So in substitution, step 1 is isolate one of your variables. Which variable should I isolate? What do you think? I want to isolate the x just because it has nothing in front of it. It'll be the easiest to get all by itself. How can I move the y to the other side? Add y. So x is equal to what?
That's equal to
Y minus 3. It doesn't matter the order that you write it in. You could say negative 3 plus y. That works too. So I have x is equal to this. What do I do with it? Plug it into what? Plug it into x in the other equation. So here I have 5 times y minus 3 plus 3y is equal to negative 23. How can I solve for y? Distribute. So I have 5y, and what's 5 times negative 3? Negative 15. Plus 3y is equal to negative 23. What should I do next? Combine like terms. What are some like terms here?
5y and 3y.
What's 5y plus 3y? 8y. So 8y minus 15 is equal to negative 23. What should I do next? Plus 15. So 8y is equal to, what's negative 23 plus 15? Negative 8. Felipe, what should I do next?
I put my homework back in the center equals to y equals negative 1.
Awesome. Y equals negative 1. This is your homework tonight.
Oh, for tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I put it for the quiz review. Isn't that the quiz review?
This is the test review.
Oh.
So I have y is equal to negative 1. How can I find x? Plug it in for y. Because y is negative 1. So I'm just going to plug it in. Do I want to plug it into the first one or the second equation? Second one, the numbers look a little bit easier. So I'm going to plug it in there. So I have x minus y, which y is negative 1, is equal to negative 3. What happens when you minus a negative? So x plus 1 is negative 3. Iggy, what should I do? X plus 1 is equal to negative 3. How do I get x all by itself?
Cancel out the 1 and put it to the negative.
How do you cancel out the 1? What do I need to do?
Minus 5 1.
Minus 1. So then it cancels. So what's x equal to?
Equals to negative 4.
Awesome, negative 4. So I have my x and y. How do I write the answer? Negative 4 comma negative 1. So in elimination, our goals are to get one of the variables to cancel out. Do I have any variables that'll cancel out right away? No. I don't have like x's that are the same number, y's that are the same number. So what should I do? Times 2 to which one? The top one. So I'm going to multiply 2 to everything on the top. So what's 9x times 2? 18x. What's negative 7y times 2? Negative 14y. And then negative 5 times 2? Negative 10. Now do I have something here that'll cancel? What? The 14y. So I have a positive 14y and a negative, so they cancel out. So now I'm just going to add all my like terms together. Lucas, what's negative 5x plus 18x? Ian, want to help him out? 13x. What about 23 minus 10? 13. Lucas, what should I do next? Awesome. What's 13 divided by 13? 1. So x is equal to 1. Lucas, how can I find y?
Plugging it in
Do you want to plug it into the first equation or the second one?
first.
Sure. Let's plug it into the first. Just make sure you plug it in for x because it's x is equal to. So I have 9 times 1 minus 7y is equal to negative 5. What's 9 times 1? 9. Ian, what should I do next? Subtract 9. So it's negative 5 minus 9.
Actually, no, negative 4.
They're both negative.
Oh, yeah, positive.
You're adding.
Oh, wait.
Anybody want to help him out? Negative 14. Divide by -7. So what's y equal to?
I know, 2.
+2.
There you go.
Yes. How should I write my answer?
1,2.
Perfect. 1, 2. Thanks for your help. Any questions here? It's number 18. So I'm going to graph one equation at a time. So doing the first one first. What is my slope?
-1/2.
-1/2. What's my y-intercept?
2.
2. So what point do I need to put first on my graph?
Down 1, right 2. I mean, no, the 2.
The 2. And then what should I do?
Down 1, right 2.
Down 1, right 2 for my slope. So down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. Now here, since it's an inequality, I need to see if it's a solid line or a dotted line. So less than or equal to, solid or dotted? Solid. So I connect these points with a solid line. What else do inequality graphs need to have? Shade. So I have to shade. How can I test a number to figure out where I'm going to shade? 0, 0. So I'm plugging in 0 for x and 0 for y. So 0 is less than or equal to -1/2 times 0 plus 2. So 0 is less than or equal to, what's -1/2 times 0?
2.
0. Anything times 0 is 0. And 0 plus 2 is 2. Is 0 less than 2?
Yes.
Yes. So where do I shade?
2, 0.
Where 0, 0 is. Since it's true, you shade on top of it over here. So that's our first equation. Let's look at the second one. So what's my slope in the second equation?
-2 over 1.
-2/1. And what's my y-intercept? -1. So what point should I put first on my graph? -1. And then how do I do the slope of -2/1? Down 2 to the right one. So I'm going to go down 2 to the right one, down 2 to the right one. Do I connect these with a solid line or dotted line? Dotted line, since it's just greater than. So this is a dotted line here. And then what's last? Shade. What point should I plug in to see where I shade? 0, 0. 0, 0 is to the right of that line. So I'm going to plug in 0 for x and 0 for y. So 0 is greater than -2 times 0 minus 1. What's -2 times 0?
0.
0. So 0 is greater than -1. Is this true? Yes. So where do I shade?
Plus 0.
Where 0, 0 is, that's up here. Now what's my last step that I have to do for these types of problems?
Find the, remove the other sheet.
Erase. So you only keep what's shaded in common. Everything else gets erased. Do you guys have any questions here? So that's one of everything from the review. The rest is your classwork/homework. So work on it in class. Let me know if you have any questions.